everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. Today's video, as you guys know, is gonna be the try-on haul of all the products that I purchased during the Sephora Vib sale that just happened. Have my box right here from Sephora with all my items in it that I ordered. As you can hear, it's a lot of stuff in there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not purchase well during this sale. I purchased several of the same items. You guys will see what I'm talking about as we get into it, so. It's kind of a mess, but it's fine. So before we get into the video, make sure that if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and push that notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload videos. Why don't you go ahead and leave me a little comment down below. Let me know what you picked up in the Sephora sale, if you picked up anything, if you made smart purchasing choices or poor purchasing choices the way that I did. As you can see, I have one of my AirPods in. I'm just gonna listen to music and chill, and we're gonna play with makeup, that kind of thing. That's kind of the vibe for today. So, let's go ahead and get started. Speaking of the sale, you guys, I don't know, I got the things that I was excited about. You know, that's what I purchased. And I'm just gonna be talking about the new things that I got. I'm not gonna mention the stuff that I kind of restocked because I mentioned what I was gonna repurchase and stock up on in my recommendations video, which I'll link up here in the corner. If you missed that, definitely check it out. So all these things we're gonna be trying and playing with today, talking about are new things to the market. Things that I've never tried. I just purchased things that I was excited about. There were some things that launched during the sale. One thing specifically that I'm thinking of, or no, a couple things during the sale that I gave into. And then once I, you know, got all these things together in one place, I kind of realized that there were some common denominators as far as categories of the items that I purchased. I purchased several different eyeshadows, a lot of lip products, 2 powder highlighters, and a powder bronzer. Who am I getting all these powder cheek products? I don't know. But realistically, as I kind of mentioned in my last video, that's just kind of the move for right now, wearing powder products under your mask. They last better. And so I've just been wearing a lot more powder bronzers, powder highlighters, not necessarily powder blushes, just because I prefer cream blushes like very highly. I just think that there's such a big difference in a powder blush and a cream blush for me. I don't know, and I feel like on my dry skin they last a little better as well. That's just my opinion, just for me. I do have a couple powder blushes, but they're for like kind of specific things, and I prefer cream blushes is the main thing, but powder highlighters and powder bronzers I've been wearing. Mainly bronzer, I'd say. I've been wearing probably equal amounts of cream highlighter as well, but especially bronzer. I've definitely been wearing powder bronzer a lot more lately, which is tragic but true, because you know, you apply it right here and that's where the mask is hitting, and it's gonna rub it off. It's gonna make a line in your face, and it's not cute. Anyway, okay, so next we're going into eyes, which gets us into the first set of things that I got in the sale. So I have 3 eyeshadow palettes, 1 big and 2 quads. Don't know why I did that, but that's where we're at. We're here now. And I will say, I have played with these a little bit. Like I've tried each of them out maybe 1 time. I'll let you know how much I've tried each product as we go along. But so first we have the Huda Beauty Naughty palette, which literally just came out. It came out during the sale. And when I saw it online, the pictures of it, I was like, wow. This is actually a Huda palette that really might be for me, because the shades in it are just nice and warm. They're very deep and burgundy. And she does these really cool shades that are marbled, as you can kind of see. I've kind of messed some of them up swatching them, but that's really interesting. And she put a new formula in here. It's this one down here. And it's like an eye gloss with color suspended in it. And it's kind of duochrome from brown to pinkish. It's very sheer, but that's super weird. So I don't know about that. That's like definitely like a more editorial moment. But other than that, I was really just like, look at these shimmers in here. These glitters just look stunning. Like I'll just swatch a couple for you. This one is called Passion. It's like a purple with a blue shift. Oh, that's really nice. You can kind of see there. Yeah, you can see it looks pinky purple from the side, and then the reflect is blue. So that's pretty gorgeous. There's these nice glitters in here. I'll just swatch several of them. So there's some of the other shimmers, glittery shades in the palette that you can see here on my palm. You can kind of see it better here because they're so reflective. When I turn it to the light, it's like blinding because of how reflective they are. So I kind of have to turn it at an angle for you to see the colors, but burgundies, pinky browny, purplish kind of colors. Has a nice balance for me of mattes to metallic shimmery formulas. I think there's a really nice balance in this. I think there's a really nice gradation of really light mattes all the way to medium and deep toned mattes in this palette. You can get a pretty good amount of light to very dramatic and smoky eyeshadow looks with this. So that's that one. Out of these three, this is my least favorite so far. I think it's just different for me as far as colors go, kind of. So I like that because it's something different to my collection that definitely stands out. So I like having it for that reason. The other two are quads that I am really excited about. I love these so much. These are like probably my favorite purchase out of everything that I got in the sale, honestly. First is this Charlotte Tilbury quad, which was I recommended picking up a Charlotte Tilbury quad during the sale in my recommendations video. And I picked up this one that was available just online and that had just come. It is in Desert Haze. Wow, it's kind of messy because I used it. And it is Charlotte Tilbury's only matte quad, all matte quad that she's ever created. And I saw a lot of people talking about this quad when it came out during the summer, I believe. And it wasn't on Sephora yet. And then it came to Sephora maybe a month ago and I was like, yes. So super excited. The shades in this are just so rich and beautiful. I love Charlotte Tilbury's matte formula. And these are just like perfect shades for me, honestly. Like just these nice warm matte eyeshadows are just stunning. And I did when I tried this out for the first time, I just did an all matte eye with it, like a deep brown smoky eye, all matte. It was so pretty. If you're interested in seeing a look like that, please let me know down in the comments. The other thing that I got is this quad from by Mario. They're brand new. They literally came out, I think, the day that the sale started. This is the Mario, they're called Glam quads, and I have Bronzy Glam. Oh, it's a magnetic clasp, and it's actually kind of, like you can tell, I kind of have to put some force behind it to open it. So, and it's actually a pretty big quad. If you're familiar with the Charlotte Tilbury quads at all, it's definitely bigger than that, and like the square pans in it are like, they're pretty big. So here's the palette here. It's so beautiful. You guys, I got this because I saw these come out. There were two others. There's like a really, one that has like blues in it, one that's like pinky or purpley, and then this one. And I got this because, as you guys know, I got the by Mario Master Mattes palette, but I didn't get anything that was like a metallic formula from him. So I really wanted to pick one of these up to try out his metallic formula, shimmer metallic formula, whatever. This color story, you guys, these look so pretty online, but then when I got this in person, I was shook. It's so pretty. What really got me when I opened this was this green here. Oh, you guys, I'm not like, I've never really done a lot of greens on my eyes, except for when Michael did my makeup. He really wanted green on my eyes. And I don't know if that like subconsciously influenced me to start wearing more greens on my eyes, but I think that it is my husband's fault. So we have this really light champagne shimmer, a nice mid-tone bronze, and then the olive, and then that terracotta rusty matte. And I will say that matte does translate a lot more like deep brown on the eyes than it is in the pan. So here it is right here, the whole quad swatch. So you can see this really light champagne, that mid-tone bronzy, and then the olive, and then the matte right there. So you can see there, they are just, they're so beautiful. And I really didn't know. I knew I'd like it, honestly. And then when I got it in person, I just was like way more obsessed than I thought I would be with it. So, very exciting. So, I was thinking of like, I don't know what to use today. I think I'm probably just gonna go in with the Naughty palette for today. I don't know, I'm just kind of feeling it. And I think it's the one that I've tried the least. I've literally put a couple of shades on this on my eyes, but it's the one I've tried the least. So let's prime the eyes. I should have put the primer on like while I was sitting here talking about it so it could be nice and oh, that looks attractive, doesn't it? So it could already be dried down by the time I was ready. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started in here. Let's see, I think I'm gonna start up here with this shade, which is called Hypnotic. I'm just gonna start, I don't know what direction I'm gonna go in, honestly. I'm just gonna start with this all over most of the lid and in the crease. That's nice. Let me zoom you in also. That might be good, huh? Ooh. I've had Huda palettes in the past, but I ended up giving them away over time just because I didn't use them enough. I had the Desert Haze palette, which is really pretty, but I think at the time I actually didn't use enough like purples and things like that, so I wasn't bold enough. And I wasn't as confident with like my eyeshadow choices, honestly. That was like when I was like really first getting into makeup that I purchased that, or it came out. But I had that palette and I really remember I really enjoyed the formula, but then I think it was this year or definitely late last year that she started coming out with smaller palettes that had these like swirly shades in it. That you can see like that one and just these like marbled looking shades. So that's cool, and I thought they were kind of cool. So I've never actually had a palette with them in it, so it's kind of fun to try out those. And it's interesting because you have like this one here and like the blue purple one here they're metallic ones, but this one over here that's browny and yellowy kind of looking is actually just a deep brown matte when you mix it together and put it on your eyes. So that's kind of interesting, and I think it's really innovative. All right, so we're starting out with that pinky nude vibe. What direction do I want to go with? I think I'm gonna go in next with this matte in the corner here. It's called Juicy. I'm just gonna really slowly build this up because I really don't know what direction I'm going in. So I'm just taking things slow. If I slowly build it up in light layers and I kind of get to a point I'm like, oh, I'm happy with that, I wanna stop there with this color, then I can, and I not just like put on a ton of pigment to my eye and then I'm like, well crap, I guess I gotta deepen it up because there's so much pigment here. Okay, I like where that's at. I'm gonna go into this shade right above that. This like orangier one, directly above the shade I just used. You can use it in the same place to just add a little bit more depth. So far we're just taking it really slow. And I'm gonna bring that further into the lid a bit. Honestly, like I could put myself to sleep blending on my eyelid since I'm kind of sleepy, and just like this really light touch on my eyelid feels really nice. I could just fall right asleep. I think I'm gonna take like a shader brush, so a pinched brush like this with that same shade, and just press that onto the lid a bit more. But I'm keeping it down towards the lash line. I'm not taking it up here towards my crease. I'm keeping it down here. I think I want that as like my base for my lid, honestly. And all this mess down here, we will fix that when we clean it up with concealer. Okay, let's pick a lid shade, huh? I don't want to go with a gold because I feel like that's basic, and I mean, I 90% of the time have gold in my eyes, so I think I want to go with something like this. But first, I actually want to, same flat shader brush that still has some of that other shade on it. I'm gonna go in with that marbled matte color that just turns into a brown. I'm gonna swirl my brush in it. See, it's just a nice deep brown. And I'm actually gonna take this on my lash line on the outer corner to add even a little bit more depth on the outer kind of V area. I mean, and I just want it to be like, you see the difference there? It's just a slight shadow. I'm gonna take a smaller crease brush. I'm gonna mix these two mid-tone shades together. So just go into my crease and just blend that darker shade out a little bit to just make sure that gradient stays intact. Yep. Just like that. Go over the edges with the clean brush. That's nice. I think I'm gonna go in with this shade. It's kind of like a taupey with some purple and pinky reflex in it. I'm gonna take it on my finger first, just to get the initial base down. Look at that. Wow, look at the reflect. And these are so creamy. Some of these metallic shades in here, they literally feel like a cream shadow when I put my finger into them. That's nice. Maybe I'll take, let me just try it. I'm gonna take this shade right here. And I'm just gonna take it over the center of my lid. Like I'm gonna look straight ahead and look down my mirror and take it right where my pupil is. Yeah, that's just like a slight difference. I don't want it to be too bright. I don't want the contrast to be too much. Okay, I think I'm happy with where we're at with the eyelid there. Let's do some eyeshadow. I'm gonna take pencil brush, go into that first shade that we used up here at the top, Hypnotic, real messily, just taking this pencil brush and look at my little baby hairs. And I'm really smoking this shade out because it is very light. See how I'm blending up into that eyeshadow on the top lid to kind of make sure it all fades together very well. And I'm not afraid to take it down a little lower because it is lighter. Have you ever noticed how models have like that like little baggy, like right under their eye, right here, the bag? I don't know, it just looks a little bit sultry when they have that like darkened kind of bag look. And I think that's nice for when you have a little bit more of a dramatic eye like this. Okay, so that's that shade. Yeah, I'm gonna go into another brush, even smaller one that's thin so I can get closer to my lash line. And I think I'm just gonna go into that terracotta shade that we used right here and start on the outer corner, blend it about 2/3 of the way in. The deepest part I want to be on the outer corner, so I always start there so that most amount of the pigment is deposited there, and then I blend it inwards so that we're just blending the excess inwards and we're depositing most of the pigment on the outer corners. Okay, now I am gonna go in with a really, really precise brush. This one, it's a teeny tiny little brush. It is a little pinched brush, as you can see. And I'm gonna take that marbled dark brown matte on it. And I'm just gonna focus it at the very base of my lash line on the outer corner, very lightly blending it about halfway in. Okay, I'm gonna go back over with the same brush that I used right before. Not adding any product, I'm just blending with whatever pigment is left on the brush. Really nice, yeah. So I really do like this palette. I think that it's really pretty, like the variety of shades in it. The depth that you get in this palette is really nice. So I think it's gonna be really versatile across a lot of different skin tones. Has a lot of different options for lid shades, which is nice. You got some true purples over here. This nice little lilac shade is really pretty. You got some purples into like the brown, warmy, orangey, peachy tones, taupey, burgundy kind of vibe. It is really nice, like that. So that's what I got there. I'm just gonna start putting on some mascara and some brows as well, I think. Okay, we are back and I have brows and mascara on. Wow, the brows really make your face. Okay, so next is bronzer, and I do have a new bronzer to try. Did I put this on my face one time? I can't remember if I put it on my face or if I just swatched it. But this is a bronzer that I've wanted since it came out, and I'm a little embarrassed to talk about it because it's bougie. It's definitely luxury. And I've never had anything from this brand before. This is the only thing I've ever gotten from this brand. And I doubt I'll be getting a lot of things from this brand because it's expensive. But it's from Gucci. And it came in this little pink velvet pouch. Oh, this is just the back of it. Let me turn it around so you can see. It is the Gucci bronzer. The packaging really got me, you guys. And so this is what the pan looks like. It has a little brush underneath it. It's so pretty. I mainly just got this because I'm a makeup hoarder and collector, and this is just like a collectible item that I think that I'll just always treasure because it's so beautiful. But yeah, I've never had anything from Gucci before. And they came out with a beauty brand last year, I think it was, and they have some sheer lipsticks that I really want to try, and the packaging of those is also very beautiful, so I might be trying some of those. Might wait till, oh, my monitor's fallen. She's fallen and she can't get up. But yeah, I might get something else from them when the next sale rolls around. Those lipsticks look really nice. But for now, I really just got the bronzer. This came out, I think, this summer, and they have 4 or 5 shades of bronzer, which is really nice. This is the second shade called Light. It is a little deep for me, but I don't mind that because you can always blend it out and it'll work for me even better in the summertime. So it's just really beautiful. So we're just gonna put it on. Just gonna take my brush. I'm gonna dip into it. Ooh, it's pretty powdery. You see all that? Yeah, you can totally see that. Let's just do it, huh? That is pigmented. I am blending vigorously. Did I not tap off my brush enough? I guess not, because this is a hardcore fail moment right now. I want you guys to know. Let me take a clean brush that doesn't have any product on it and blend over it. That'll help. Yeah, that's already helping. I definitely didn't tap off my brush enough whenever I was kind of playing with how powdery it looked. That's already better. Okay. I like it because it's not super, super warm of a tone. I use this brush. This brush is specifically meant for applying powder products sheerly. So I'm gonna use that. Really tap it off because good Lord, the pigment. I will say also, has a pretty intense fragrance to it. It smells good. Does it smell like, it is similar. It must just be a luxury brand thing because it kind of smells similar to YSL lipsticks. It's kind of like a luxury perfume smell. It smells good. I like the smell. It's a nice fragrance. Okay, yeah, this is working way better. For the winter time, I'm definitely gonna be using this sheer brush. Highly recommend this brush, by the way. It's from Real Techniques, so you can just get it. I think this line specifically might be available just at Ulta. If you see it in store, recommend. It's really nice. Ooh, that's too much. Y'all, I'm gonna take the brush that I applied powder with. This is turning into a video of how to fix your makeup when you mess it up. But also, that's kind of the gig when it comes to doing like a try on haul. So like I've not tried this on my face. Yeah, I definitely haven't, or else I would remember that this was a mess and too pigmented. I feel like every time I do my bronzer, especially with powder, I mean, obviously really with powder bronzer, I really want to get it up into my hairline so you can't see like the difference between my really white scalp and the bronzer. But I always get my baby hairs a mess, so I never do my hair before I do my makeup, honestly. Let me fix this a little bit further. I'm going in with my foundation brush and going underneath where that bronzer came down a little bit too far. I go back in, not adding any product, obviously, to my brushes here. Okay, so that's the bronzer. That was aggressive. It looks okay. Is it worth the price tag? No, absolutely not. I really figured it, I mean, I knew that it wouldn't be, honestly. Nothing is worth this price tag that is on this bronzer, but I think the packaging might be the only thing that makes it worth it. It's definitely a different shade than a lot of bronzers. It's kind of reddish in undertone. This is just the shade 2 light. There is one shade lighter than this. It looks nice. I look bronzed. So that's the bronzer. I wonder if I actually applied it with the brush it came with. It is a really soft brush. I'm just curious to see. That looks a lot sheer. Maybe I should have applied it with this brush somehow because it's applying a lot more sheer with the brush it comes with. Interesting. I really got it for the packaging. That's all we're really here for, so. Okay, I forgot to mention these other eyeshadow products that I got because they are sticks. These are from KVD Vegan Beauty. They're called the Dazzle sticks. So I got it in 3 shades because I thought this was interesting. And I like cream eyeshadows, as you guys know. Oh God, I'm so sorry. As you guys know, I like cream eyeshadows, so that's why I got them. 3 shades here. Let's see. This one is called Lightning Strike. Ooh. Actually, okay, this is something weird about these. A lot of stick eyeshadows, you know, they're a little drier in texture, but these actually start out very wet and they feel cooling to the skin, which is interesting. But it's super creamy, like you barely need to put any pressure on your skin putting these on. And then this is the shade Electro Bolt. Ooh. I mean, wow. Ooh, so that's like almost like a duo. So it's like a orangey copper with a yellow green shift. And then this one is called Flash Storm. And it's like a cooler toned purpley situation. Holy crap, you guys. These are so pigmented. Wow, look at that. It's like silver with purpley kind of tones to it. It definitely looks a lot more purple in person, I think. But anyway, that's those. They're really pretty. I've worn one of these, not for a whole day, but I just tried it on my eye and they wear really well as far as I know, and there is just glitter all over my hand. They're very glittery, that's what I will say. So next we're gonna do highlighter, and I got 2 highlighters within the sale. And they're both high-end, and they're both powder highlighters, and they're both from the holiday collections from these brands. It's from Natasha, Denona, and Charlotte Tilbury. Holy crap, this Charlotte Tilbury one is as big as the bronzer. It's huge. Look at it next to my face. Look at that. It's huge. And look at the pan. It's huge. It's so big. Also, like, the way the product is pressed in the pan is pretty beautiful. I've actually worn it down a bit, but that's beautiful. And then this is the one from Natasha and Denona. Super textured, super pretty. So they're both like champagne-y colors. The Charlotte Tilbury one is definitely a little bit pinkier, peachier champagne, and then the Natasha Denona one is definitely a little bit more gold champagne. So that's those there. They're very beautiful. I really like them a lot. I'll swatch both of them for you so you can kind of see. Wow, look at the back of my hand. So on this side, this one is the Charlotte Tilbury right here. These both really blend into my skin really well, and this one over here is Natasha Denona. So they are very similar as far as the level of glow they give you. You could definitely build these up to be a pretty intense highlighter, but they definitely are more on the glowy kind of side. They're not super blinding. They're definitely very soft. And you can definitely see the Natasha Denona one has a little bit more gold to it. And this one, then Charlotte Tilbury, is a bit more nudie colored. That's the highlighters, and I really like both of them a lot. Let's just get crazy, you guys. I'm gonna apply the Natasha Denona on this side. So that's that one. Wow, that's so pretty. And then I'm gonna apply the Charlotte Tilbury on the other side. There you go. Both champagnes, slightly differing in tone. Really beautiful, honestly. Oh, did I even tell you what these were called? The Natasha Denona one is the I Need a Nude Glow highlighter. And then this one is the Hollywood Superstar Glow highlighter. And this is actually meant for face and body and that's why it's so big, I guess. I'm gonna take a little bit of highlighter in my inner corner. These were some of the most exciting things that I got, and I was very excited to receive them. They are available in stores if you have those brands in your local Sephora. Okay, so I'm gonna put on some blush real quick. I'm just gonna throw on one of my Nude Sticks blush. Shiz, this is the shade Beach Babe, in case you care. Let me spray down my face real quick. I didn't bring my fan out here, but I will just have to live. Oof, that is the face. Last category is the thing that I got the most of. It's lips. And it's the thing that I already have the most of. So I didn't need any more, but I got some. So I really wanted to try out these Lawless lipsticks. These are called something, I don't know. I don't think that they have any other lipsticks, like lipstick bullet formulas. But I wanted to try out this formula. I've heard that it's really nice. Lawless is a clean brand at Sephora. Really nice, simple packaging. I got 2 shades. The shades Fawn and Suede. Fawn is like a soft pink nude. And Suede is a really interesting shade that I'm pretty excited to have. It's a deeper taupey, cool toned nude. So I don't really have anything like that. So those are really nice, very creamy, pretty formula. Next, I also picked up this lipstick from Natasha and Denona with the highlighter. These were actually the holiday collection. It was the highlighter, this lipstick, and another lipstick, and then a mini eyeshadow palette, I think. She does have a bunch of these lipsticks. They're called I Need a Nude lipsticks, but these were 2 new shades. This is the shade Andrea. So it's a nice, really light, peachy, warm nude. Right there, nothing super special, but I didn't have one of this formula, so I'm excited to have that. I also picked up a MCGRATH Lip Fetish Sheer Color Lip Balm, and this is the shade Blow Up. So it's a sheer lip balm, and it's right there. You can kind of see it. It is pretty sheer. It's a nice pinky nude. Really like it. If you're gonna get some expensive lipsticks, get them on sale, you know what I'm saying? We're about halfway through the lipsticks at this point. The last 2 products that I got in several different shades of each, but 2 different products that I got I'm the most excited about, that I love the most. One is a lip gloss, one is a lipstick. It's these right here. So first I have the Tower 28 SHINEON Lip Jelly. I think it's called like the Milky Lip Jelly, because they have some very translucent shades of lip gloss. I have the clear one. But these were the first like cream, full pigmented lip glosses, I guess, that they come out with. And I got 2 of the shades. This is Cashew and this one is Almond. These are the 2 deeper shades. And there were 2 other shades, and all 4 of them were nudes. They're so stunning. This lip gloss formula, you guys, it's something special. I really feel like more people need to just know about these lip glosses and experience the glory. And it's very upsetting because it's hard to wear lip gloss right now with wearing masks, which is why I got more of the actual lipsticks than lip glosses or balmy things, even though I got that one. But these are, they're stunning. They're so beautiful. So I'll swatch them for you so you can see. And they are pretty sheer as well, but they're just really nice. And they're not sticky at all. They're like a gel formula. And once you put them on your lips, like your lips don't stick together. There's no stringiness or anything like that. They don't feel thick. They feel very, very thin on the lips. Right here, this one on this side is Cashew, and this one is Almond. As you can see, they're very reflective, very glossy. This one is a little bit more warm pinky, and then this one is a little bit more of a truer warm brown, and they are both, they are mind-blowingly beautiful on the lips, you guys. I'm a little obsessed with them, like, and by a little I mean I'm hardcore obsessed. So then last are these lipsticks right here from YSL. These are called the Slim Glow Matte lipsticks. They are, as you can see, they're very thin. They are like a diamond shape. They have the Slim Glow Matte lipsticks. They have the Slim Matte lipsticks already, but these are meant to be matte but with a little bit more glow to them. So they're almost kind of like a balmy finish, but they are more matte. And the shade range, when I saw it, I was blown away because I wanted every single shade, legitimately. And that's why I have 4 of them. They're so beautiful. Okay, so they came out with, like, it's all nudes, different versions of nudes, and I'm about nudes. I don't know if I can pick a favorite. I have 4 shades here. So first up I have, this is the shade 207, and I think the actual name is called like a Legal Rosy Nude or something like that. So it's supposed to be like a rose pinky nude, and as you can see here, it is. I've swatched it up pretty good, but these actually come off quite sheer at first. Like when I just swipe it the one time, you can see right there next to it, it is pretty sheer. So they come off pretty sheer initially, and you can build them up to be quite full pigmented, and they wear so beautifully. They definitely are almost, they feel like a balm. The thing about these is they feel so thin on the lips. It's insane. I literally feel like I have like nothing on my lips but maybe a little lip balm, and I feel so moisturized, but they give me kind of a matte look and they wear so well under a mask. So next we have, if I had to pick a favorite, if I just had to have only one of these lipsticks and none of the others, it would be this shade actually. This is shade 209, and I think it's called something caramel. You guys, it is a warm brownie nudie, and it is the most perfect nude I have ever put on my lips for like any time, honestly. I don't know that I've ever put on a lipstick and loved it this much right off the bat. Like, it's so beautiful. This shade on my lips, it is perfection. Perfection. And I love it in every single way, shape, and form. So that's 209. Next is the shade 214, and this is another stunning shade. Perfection for fall. An actual, oh, these next two though, they're both like amazing fall lips. But this one is such like, actually it'd be great for summer too because you like that warm orangey kind of rusty look. I don't know, I just love it. So 214, it is a sheer, warm, muted orange. Look at it. It's so beautiful. And you guys, these on the lips, there's something else, I swear, like there's something else. So that's that one. The last one is so pretty. It's the shade 212. It is a warm brick reddish brown. Chef's kiss. It's so pretty. So now the question is, which lipstick out of all that crap am I putting on? I don't know. So we've got like the pinky, warm pinky, purpley look. I don't know if the 207 Rosy will look good with this. Let me just kind of swatch it on my lower lip and see. No, I don't think that's the one. Okay, so none of those things because the other ones are way too warm. You know what? I'm just gonna put this Cashew lip gloss on. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw on a lip liner. This is just a ColourPop lip liner, I think in the shade 915, something like that. 951, close enough. Yeah, that's nice. And I'm just gonna put this perfect lip gloss on it. This lip gloss is something else. Tower 28 is really doing the thing. Like, all of their products are impeccable. If you haven't tried out anything from Tower 28, please do it. The bronzer is beautiful, the blushes are beautiful, the lip glosses are beautiful. What else do they have? Literally everything they have. They only have a few products. I just want them to come out with everything because every single one of their products are beautiful in every way, shape, and form. So that's that lip gloss. It's my new favorite lip gloss that I've ever put on my lips besides the other color of it. I've really been into brown lips lately, you guys. I'm really into it. It's like a phase I'm going through, I think. I'm really into brown lips, and I'm kind of leaning a lot more towards green eyeshadow. Who am I? I don't know. Maybe that's the makeup I'll end up doing for Thanksgiving. I really don't know. I was considering doing like a nice like cool toned brown situation for Thanksgiving, but I could do a green, olive green eye with this green in here. Oh. Every time I open it and look at it, I get excited. I get excited. It just makes me happy. Also, I have the ColourPop X Mandalorian, the child palette that came out, which is all greens. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna do a green look soon. How do you guys feel about that? I just kinda wanna roll with what I'm feeling, and that's what I'm feeling lately. I wanna do what I'm excited about. I never wanna do something just because I feel like I should. I wanna do something because I'm excited about it, you know what I mean? I love makeup, and I wanna show you guys the makeup that I love. So I'm very excited about all these products, honestly. The one weird thing was this bronzer that is exorbitantly priced. Do not buy this. Don't do it. Do not buy it. I know that it's so pretty, but don't buy this. It's way too expensive. It's like 60 something dollars, and I only got it because it was on sale and I got 20% off of it. And I'm just gonna keep it because it's beautiful and I collect makeup. But if you don't collect makeup, don't buy it. Would not recommend. Everything else, honestly, would recommend. These eyeshadow sticks, I definitely didn't feature them enough, but I want to. They're really nice, very glittery. If you want like a nice statement that is really like, bam, they're really pretty. Super obsessed with this Charlotte Tilbury quad. I'm super obsessed. I love it. Love the shades in it. I've wanted it for like 4 months at this point. That's the kind of product that you know like that you're gonna love, because if you've wanted it and you've looked at it and you've thought about it and you've developed your feelings, it's when you know it's gonna be the one. And it is the one. It is beautiful in every single way, shape, and form. Same thing with these Tower 28 glosses. These came out during the summer and I was like, oh, I really want those. But they're only available online. I thought they might come in store, but they didn't. And now it's been like 4 or 5 months and I'm like, well, I'm gonna get them because I can't live another day without them. Other thing that I was really excited about, I think with these, what are these lipsticks, these Slim Glow matte lipsticks, such a unique formula, so beautiful, as well as both the highlighters, honestly. Very excited about both of them, really glad to have them, really beautiful. If you don't have a powder highlighter, get one. If you do, you probably don't need it because it's a champagne highlight. This Naughty palette is really nice. If you like these tones in here, if you are into these tones, if you really like the look of these shimmers in here, I think that there's literally nothing wrong with it. I think it's really pretty. I think all the shades are beautiful. So if you like it, grab it. If you don't, don't. This camera's about to die again, so that is everything for me today, you guys. Thank you guys for being here to just hang out with me while I put on makeup and play with new makeup and just hang out. We get to try stuff out together and I love doing that. I definitely will continue to do this style of video because it's super fun to just sit here and play with makeup and talk to you guys, and you guys can kind of see my thoughts as I play with it and test things out. So if you like this style of video, please do let me know by liking this video, and let me know down in the comments if you have any videos that you would really love to see me do. Make sure you're following me on social media. If I haven't said that yet, the name will be popping up below me here. With that is everything for me today. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in my next video.